Hey everyone, welcome to Pouring Takes Podcast. I'm Charlie Van.
And I am Rayya, sitting outside the lovely Alamo Club here on this beautiful Monday evening with a Monday Night Football doubleheader happening in the background, which guess what? We can't see today because we're sitting outside. So you guys have my full and honest attention, unlike last week.
What, distracted by sports, you say?
I mean, I can't help it. You put a TV with sports ball on it, I'm gonna watch.
Well, we've talked about doing lives and streamings and more reaction videos to watching these games, so it's not a bad thing. But yes, if you want to come see the game, you're in the area, come stop by Alamo Club right here on Lower Greenville. And it is a very nice day. Love the temperature. It's a good patio beer drinking day.
I was going to say, I love this place. Today we are doing $5 off drafts, which is their normal happy hour special. Happy hour runs from 4 to 7 Monday through Thursday and ends at 6 on Fridays. Variety of specials, including $3 off their house cocktails and $2 off their well drinks, I believe.
Good way to like kill time on your way home, right? Just stop on by, grab a pint, grab a cocktail, or hey, grab a shot.
Speaking of shots, we're just gonna do this right off the bat before we jump right into Cowboys therapy. I believe all three of us missed our shot takes last week.
Again, we are on a not the roll we want to be. But
hey, I was right last week, and I probably was the closest this week.
Well, we don't give points for close. It's got to be spot on or nothing. So join us in the misery. So what are we? What's our shot?
It is a snackery. It's a daiquiri that's snack sized.
I like that.
It's good. We had it last time we were here.
It was pretty tasty. I know our producer Tanner's got one too. Oh. You might not be able to see him, but he is enjoying this. Cheers, Tanner. Here we go. Ooh. All right. No, I mean that's a good shot right there. So, if you want them, once again, come on down to Alamo Club here on Lower Greenville.
Okay, so before we get into Cowboys therapy, yes, I'm doing the thing where I'm stalling us yet again. We both had eventful weekends, given that there was no Cowboys game on. We got to have what I like to call a stress-free Sunday.
Exactly.
So that meant shenanigans on Friday, shenanigans on Saturday. What kind of things did you get into this weekend,
My shenanigans made me nap most of the day yesterday. It was great. Tanner and I went over to Oktoberfest in the village at Over Under. They did an awesome job. Great. I actually ran into an old friend of ours, musician friend, Eric. So they were the musicians of the evening. They had a Stein competition, costume competition, which you're truly decided to participate in.
Very nice. How did you do?
Did not win.
Oh, how did you not win? Your outfit was so cute.
I know. It's okay. But it was a lot of fun. And also, you had all the college games going on. So the energy was high. It was very packed. Great food, by the way. Really good food. Had a little bit of everything. Had the pork schnitzel. Super good, and then actually had somebody let me have a part of their turkey leg, which is lemon pepper.
Good turkey leg.
Yeah.
Speaking of turkey legs, we have a state fair trip coming up, don't we?
We do. You can catch us at the state fair in the next couple weeks, so we'll be bouncing around.
I'm so excited. I actually took that day off of work, by the way, so
good.
I'm going to be all about the shenanigans that day.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I love the fair, and got great beer gardens over there, and
we got to try some food.
Oh, they have some new stuff too.
Talk to some strangers. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, my weekend, while you were doing Oktoberfest, I went to the SMU Boulevard to celebrate SMU's opening game in the ACC against Florida State. I mean, I graduated from SMU in 2013, and this was the biggest boulevard I have ever seen or participated in.
Yeah.
It
family
also
weekend,
happened to be
right?
Family weekend, yep.
Yeah.
Walked around, talked to some alumni, played some football outside of Dallas Hall, took a ton of photos. Everybody's energy was just on 12. It was so much fun. Then we went over to Barley House and watched the first half of the game there. This time not overrun by visiting fans. There was a group from Florida State there that we verbally jousted with. I did apologize for the nasty things I said before I left because I am a lady at the end of the day. And then we watched the second half at Stan's. But can we get into this Alabama-Georgia finish?
Holy moly.
Holy crap. For like two teams that no one down here really is that associated with when you think about your UTs and A&Ms and stuff, I'm telling you, Stan's was packed and it was silent.
Yeah.
People were so locked into the game. after Georgia scored that crazy touchdown, people were just in, and everybody was cheering in unison. Everybody had a feeling about it. It was so fun. I forgot how fun it is to be part of like a community.
How many?
Watching a sport like that.
I know there's not like the biggest like Alabama Georgia fan base here, but I feel like, I mean, how about that night? Were there like, was it 50-50 or was it pretty neutral?
It was pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Like when you looked around, you saw a lot of UT shirts, lots of SMU shirts. I'm trying to remember. Tech was playing around the same time. Not a lot of A&M.
Really, surprisingly, being Arkansas.
A&M fans. Well, they all went to Arlington to watch the game.
Well, I know.
But no, the vibes at stands was great. Like we ended up staying there almost like till 11:30, something like that. We had a great time. I'm so glad we did that. And of course, SMU picking up the win against Florida State. Big matchup on Saturday. We're at the 11 o'clock slot. We're playing Louisville, who's ranked at 22.
Ooh.
So this could be a very big opportunity for my school to crack the top 25.
In Louisville?
In Louisville, yes, that's correct.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of great games. It's kind of good, like, for me, like, I don't really have a team per se, so just being neutral and just watch all the chaos was fun. But, no, it was a great Saturday.
Yeah, and this coming Saturday, like I said, we got SMU Louisville. We're going to have UFC 307. Are we doing something for 307?
I don't know yet.
You don't know? TBD. Okay. But
regardless, you should tune in.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Utah.
In Utah, and it's a big night for women's fighting.
Yes, it is.
2 huge bantamweight fights. You know Macy's going.
I know. I saw that. She posted because, we're going to break it down here, aren't we, in a second?
We'll talk about it in a minute. But, lots of cool sports things going on that aren't Cowboys related. All right, I'm ready to switch gears.
Are you?
Never ready, honestly.
Are you ready? It's like a Band-Aid, though. Should it be like we should be a little bit more grateful about this one, but it's still, there's some things, some fallout that makes it hurt a little bit.
It hurt a lot, Charlie.
Well, okay.
Like, this is one of the few times where you walk away with a win that feels like a loss. Like,
yeah.
I was frustrated. I watched the whole game. I didn't turn it off. I didn't freak out or anything. But when that game ended, I just felt, meh.
But can I ask you something? I mean,
you can ask me anything. You're my best friend in the whole world.
That's like an ultimate question. Can I ask you something?
Ask away, Charlie.
That was like your shot take, though. You felt the gloom and doom going as you did not feel great. And so how does that, I just want to, because I could be the optimistic, or I just go the other way, but like going in knowing that I expect the worst, but then really getting the worst, but still a win, but still a worst.
I would say in my heart, I felt the phrase Cowboys are going to cowboy.
Yeah.
And that's why I made the shot take I did. And for those of you who haven't seen last week's episode, my shot take was that the Cowboys would essentially lead the whole game up until the final minute, where the Giants would score a touchdown with seconds left on the clock and defeat them by 2, which was a total possibility, might I add. If Daniel Jones is receiver, I think it was Wan'Dale Robinson. If Wan'Dale Robinson had made that big catch at the end there with maybe 30 seconds left, totally could have happened. In fact, he had the defender beat, and it could have been very similar to Stephon Diggs' miracle in Minnesota. That was the play. But, yeah, that's what would have happened. And I was really – and this is more from a fantasy football perspective, I was really happy with how the first half went. I felt that Dak and CD sat on a couch and had a little therapy session and really reconnected and got on the same page.
He didn't give me my 100 yards, though.
I did feel like they, they were forcing him a little bit. They were forcing the narrative, hey, everything is okay between Dak and CD. Sorry, I watched Challenge last night. Everything's okay between Dak and CD. But then what happened in the second half? The Giants made an adjustment. CD wasn't getting as open as much. And I also kind of felt like the Cowboys pulled the brakes a little bit. They were like, you know what? We're in New York. We're up. I'm not really worried. The defense was on the field the majority of the second half. That was tough. And as we know, what happened with the defense, you walked away weaker than when you came in, which is awful.
Yeah, I did feel the brakes slowed on the offense, which was frustrating because I felt like you said, I felt like the rhythm was going. I mean, statistically, Dak did have a good game, but I mean, that comes down to play calling right there. That is coaching, and I'm tired of watching it way it is.
I was up 40 points on you after Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, and I will say, though, I am happy a little bit. The offensive line performed a lot better.
Did they?
They're getting, as far as pressures go, yeah.
Did you not see the 34 penalties that were called in this game?
Oh, well, not in that. I'm saying as far as protecting that. Making sure he doesn't die.
You got to grade the O-line as a whole.
I get that. I get that. Well, that's
here.
been our 30-year problem. We haven't cleaned. That's discipline. That's coaching. That's coaching. I mean, we don't get creative. The only thing that excited me, actually, about this offensive performance at all, which I'm right there with you, wasn't overall great, was Hunter Lipke, our fullback.
He is having a year.
I know.
Okay.
And I've been saying it.
On our Cowboy MVP rankings, do you still have Brandon Aubrey at the top?
Yes.
Even though he missed that field goal?
Yeah, he's been the most consistent.
Where do you put Hunter Lipke on that list?
Number 2.
Number
2. I'm right with my
you.
fullback. Hey, I was a big Moose Johnson fan, but it's fresh because he plays more like one of your top power backs.
Well, let me tell you this. The only time I got loud watching that game was for Hunter Lipke.
I know.
It's insane how in love I am with a fullback.
Is he RB1 right now?
He should be.
Yeah, I mean, he is a power. And, I mean, I've been saying it because, you want to talk about, things unexpected, this is what you kind of want to see, these undrafted.
These wrinkles.
Yeah, well, just like we got with Cole for those years, undrafted, even for a minute until he got hurt, Blake Jarwin. You want to see the story. And I kind of was hoping that Nathaniel Peep from tape that I saw, but obviously didn't make the roster. But Hunter Lipke has lived up and is putting everyone on notice. Maybe he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. That's what we need grit. And that's what we're missing on this offense.
I fully agree. And like I said, the run game is going absolutely nowhere. I think Rico started out okay.
Yeah.
Rico had a couple 5-7 yard runs at the beginning. But like I said earlier, in the second half, the offense was barely on the field. So it wasn't a full assessment for me.
Well, let me ask you this because, we're tuning into everything. I'm always tuning into morning radio. Dalvin Cook, is he good or not? Because why isn't he elevated?
He is a veteran that they signed in case something happens to Rico or Zeke. There is no reason to bring him up unless you lose one of those guys.
But
he is the same and older. Why would you bring him up? And you're paying him peanuts.
I think personally I would, for what they got, you don't have anything in those guys. I would at least try. I know it's the same, but we haven't even seen. I'm not saying he's going to be a notch better, but I haven't seen anything. Right now, that's why Hunter Lipke, your fullback, is your running back. I'm just going to play PR here or smooth fans. Right now, your fans are checked out. So change it up is not going to hurt.
But you're not doing it for the fans. You're trying to win games.
I get that, but it doesn't seem like you're winning ball games.
I still think you have a better chance at winning ball games behind Rico and Zeke than you do if you call Dalvin Cook up. I don't think. Look, we all know who the better Cook brother is. Although last night that didn't go good.
They got cooked. They got cooked. Which, talk about a turnaround there. But thank you, Ravens, because I needed that defensive point. Wait, I put them on my bench. But the Raiders had the same amount.
I looked at your scoreboard this morning.
Yeah.
Who did you have on? You had Jordan Love on your bench.
Okay, but who would have known?
Nobody would have known.
Yeah.
But so I had 3 fantasy football matchups. So I went up against you.
I know. I was crying.
My work league. Both of y'all had Jordan Love on your bench, and I'm going to win in both of those games because y'all had Jordan Love on your bench.
I was taking a nap. I got the notification. I went back to taking a nap. And that was right after noon. And I already knew. Yeah, who would have thought that? But,
to be fair, we both had really long Saturday nights, and literally Steven had to, push me out of bed and be like, honey, did you update your lineups yet? And I said no, and that was at 11. So I get it.
And going back to the run back, I think regardless, we can say right now, I don't think there is a real clear-cut answer. And that's why I feel like we got to go back and revert and open the passing game up, which has not been great. It can't just be CD. Okay, here's the thing. Cooks, is he just not getting open, or is he kind of having that fade? That's the debate question right there. Because at first I was like, they're not getting to him. Maybe he's not getting. Let me
think. The defenses we have faced: Giants, Ravens,
Saints,
and
Cleveland. But that was like a second. They were opening.
I think the Ravens did a great job in their secondary. They have Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphreys back there, so I expect them to do a good job. I think New York played it in such a way that they said, okay, we're going to just let CD beat us, especially in that first half. Because I felt like every time he threw to Brandon Cooks, he was throwing in a double coverage. So I think the Giants game specifically was schemed that way. I don't think Brandon Cooks is going through a rut or anything like that. I think what they need is a wide receiver 3, and they don't have
They don't
that.
have one, yeah.
So literally, it's a game for the defense to pick your poison.
And also,
most defenses are going to say, we'll let CD try to beat us, and we'll let Jakey try to beat you. Jake Ferguson, by the way. Jakey try to beat you. Everybody else we're going to shut down.
well, and Cooks too, like.
And Jake's not 100%, so that's why it's a gamble, you know? Like, as a defense, you're like, well, this guy's on one leg.
Well, but another thing with Cooks, I think the one thing is, like, you're missing that size. That's the one thing. He's quick, but he does not have that big size to explode.
Yeah, I would say Brandon Cooks and CD have the same body build, for sure.
We're missing Amari. And on just that body, which, by the way, I guess you've seen, he could be open for a trade. I don't think we're making
How
any
many
moves.
seasons ago did Amari play for us?
2018 to 2021.
Okay, so it's been 3 years. So we are allowed to trade back for him. I learned today.
The one that got away.
I learned today that if you trade a player away, you cannot trade him back for another 2 seasons. So the Eagles can't trade for Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
Which makes him available. I don't know if we'll do it.
If we didn't get Derrick Henry, I don't know if we're going to pay for him. But, I mean, Amari looks a little bit cheaper.
What's the Hassan Reddick contract look like? Do you know?
Let's look it up.
Because I feel like he signed that extension in Philly, and then they moved to, or was he a free agent when he moved to the Jets? I can't remember. It was a trade. That's the rule.
It was a trade. It was a.
So he already has years off of that contract. I feel like you can totally make that trade, adjust the contract, because you need help on defense.
I agree.
We are dying. We are literally dying. And how amazing would it be to play for a division rival?
Let's see. His contract. No, I mean, I agree. Well, at this point, I want anything that's going to be a boost because it's slim pickings right now, and it's not getting up. You know, and we're losing players like left and right.
Yeah.
You know.
And
okay, he had signed a 3-year, $45 million contract with the Eagles, including $14 million signing bonus.
Okay, so he played 1 year with the Eagles and then got traded to the Jets. This is year 2 of that contract?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
The question is, how much are you willing to give up to the Jets, right?
Well, that's the truth. I mean, and we've already draft gambled last year with the whole Trey Lance. Didn't work out, and we owe him $5 extra million. Gave up 4th round. I would love to have him, but if Amari's the little better deal, I would go with Amari.
I agree with you.
Because I miss that combo with Amari and CD, and especially now.
Do you think Amari would want to come back?
I think Amari just wants to win, and I think he's frustrated. I don't think Amari's just, I'm going to get paid, and I want to go far.
But Amari had differences with ownership. That's one of the reasons why he's not here. And then he had to deal with the bullshit of Dak forcing the ball to CD, which, by the way, he's still doing. I don't know what this gesture is.
I don't know.
He's still
I don't know.
doing
You're digging in.
I am getting aggressive.
You're pulling up.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no. This is the Rayya. Shoving that back to the Cowboys. That's what
Open that ass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Here's the thing, though. We've seen in a lot of things where people can bury the hatchet. A player more likely than probably a coach. I think he would. If he knows this system, he knows Mike McCarthy, he knows Dak. What other options out there are going to bring him in right now? We're missing
can
that.
we talk about the surprise parity in the league this year? And we're going to get to it when we talk about the NFL. But to me, outside of Kansas City, there isn't really a contender team yet. We're a quarter of the way through the season, and I feel like everybody's kind of in the same
Vikings
sphere.
only based on record, but there's still more to go. There's still some. I mean,
yeah,
but they are the best on record.
I would say the Vikings have the best defense out of all the teams. But even then, if you're Amari Cooper and you're looking around, the trade deadline's what, 6 weeks from now, 4 to 6 weeks from now? I don't know. It's in November. We'll say it's in November. Where are you even looking? What even makes sense to look at for you in this position? Washington?
I mean, if he goes to Washington,
he's smirking.
It's cold right there. I mean, that's I mean, they could use that outside of Scary Terry.
I know. That's why I said what I said.
Is anybody injured right now?
Any major wide receivers? You've got everyone in fucking LA. Sorry. Everybody in LA is injured.
Oh, Chargers.
No, Rams.
Oh, Rams.
Puka's
I mean,
on
Rams wouldn't
IR.
be a bad.
Cooper Kupp is out.
But here's the thing. But he'll be a one-man band, and I don't think that's going to change the Rams. Amari
You don't
want
to go play with Lad McConkey?
No.
I love
Not
that
at
man.
all.
I fucking love that
And
man.
you're probably going to go play with the coach that's,
Hey,
there's a good chance
Sean
that you're going to.
McVay is a great coach to play for.
But I don't know. Is he going to be here next year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you can
He's
take a
gonna go-
gamble and you can go to Arizona and pair up with Marvin Harrison Jr.
But not the greatest coaching right there either. Like
I mean, Arizona's okay-ish.
better
Better than Cleveland.
Well, I mean, anything's better than Cleveland, right?
Or-
Although they are possibly
or
getting in
throw a
to
curveball.
practice.
Go to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
Go play
wouldn't
with
be
Justin
bad.
Fields and Russell Wilson.
Pittsburgh wouldn't be a bad for an interim short term.
Yeah, and then you're paired with George Pickens, who I love.
I think Amari, it's going to be interesting just because, like, you can get a good deal on him. It's just going to be what does he want best? What does he want long term? Because where he's going to probably want a long term deal if he gets out of there.
Fair.
And who's your quarterback in Steelers next year? We don't know. Is Matt Stafford going to be there next year? I say not if they don't make it far. I think this is his swan song year possibly. And McVay, McCarthy might be gone, but Dak and CD are going to be there.
Okay, I do appreciate the devil's advocate argument. You're not wrong.
So, I mean, but it's hard to say. We all love to have him.
Ooh, what if he went to Baltimore?
They got enough help. Yeah.
Why are you cringing?
Because well, it's not
But
even
not
that.
on the wide receiver end. They're overpowered because they run the damn ball.
Well, and that's another thing. How many will he get to? Because if Nick Chubb comes out, they're doing the same thing.
But who do they have outside of Zay Flowers? Could you imagine Amari and Zay? You got two completely different body types
at
wide receiver.
If they utilize
So you
him.
put Zay in the slot, make him a little slotty, and then you have Amari out wide busting people's asses.
I don't think it's a bad move. I just think he may be chilling there.
Look
at their tight ends right now that they're not even using.
Mark Andrews had a really big drop last night.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not even with they know what they got with Derrick Henry, which
also
side.
they exposed the Bills' defense for not being able to stop the run. So you stick with the run in
so
that
the Bills'
specific
defense
game.
is the Cowboys' defense.
Yeah, the Bills are the Cowboys of the
But how does it
AFC.
feel just watching Derrick Henry just run through teams right now?
Oh, it hurts my feelings like no other. Uncle Jerry, you did me dirty, man.
If we always have to watch what's best from afar.
Yeah. It's like watching your high school crush succeed in life, and you're like, well, I didn't shoot my shot when I had the chance, and now they're famous.
High school, college, post-college,
Moral of the story, kids: shoot your shot whenever you can.
Hey, you know what? It's the shots you don't take, and we do take them here on Pouring Takes.
And I feel like people should come in and take shots with us.
You should, and recommend shots. Not Malort, but you should recommend shots.
Oh, if she comes back, order more shots.
Yes.
Let's get the snack race flowing.
You could take a flu shot. You could take whatever.
Thank you, Tanner.
So I guess just reeling back to the Cowboys. I mean, there's how danger button right now are you? No tank.
Danger button or panic button?
Well, no. Panic is okay. Danger is it's the wheels are falling off. The chances can be very, very slim.
Here's the thing. We have Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football, so we have a nationally televised game where, Pittsburgh is a weird rival for us in a way because of the number of championships
Especially
they've won.
Super Bowl, too.
Exactly. So that's going to be a tough game, and we're in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is no joke.
Yeah.
You think, CD being open in the first half against the Giants was great. I don't know what's going to happen against those Pittsburgh defenders, Joey Porter Jr. and friends.
T.J. Watt.
Minka Fitzpatrick's on that team, T.J. Watt. It's going to be hard to score points next week. Then you got to play Detroit, which is always a tough game for us. Detroit not playing their best. They're playing tonight against Seattle, so we'll get a good look at them today. But
does that seem crazy to you real quick? Detroit kind of slumping a little bit? Do you think last year was just a lightning in the bottle a little bit?
No, I think it's kind of like what you said about the 49ers. I think it's a little bit of a hangover. I think nobody expected them to perform as well as they did last year. And I think some of those players are getting that reality check that, The jig is up.
And it's just a weird freaking season.
It is a very weird season.
I mean, everybody looks good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Game by game. I don't know who Vegas is going to be like, oh, my God.
Anyway, so you got those 2 games. You got those 2 games back-to-back, and then you hit your bye week.
Yeah.
And then you got to go play 49ers, Philly.
49ers, Atlanta, then
Philly. And
Philly
Atlanta gutted a win against the Saints yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
So, for me, I do feel like we live in the danger zone. What's the song? Highway to the Danger Zone?
Yeah, there you go.
That is our
Cure
life. That is our life. And
we got to be Mavericks this time around, though.
If the goal is to be high.
Not Goose. Not Goose.
I feel like that was a double entendre because the Mavs season's about to start, too. But anyway.
Hey, they are.
Yeah, they had media day today. You see the picture? So cute.
They're all in their suit.
I know.
Klay Thompson's all giddy.
I love it. I'm excited. The best feeling ever. But anyway, the only way for me to feel like we're not going to be in that danger zone any longer is if somebody, Jerry, makes a move. If things stay the way they are, I don't expect us to win a game until – come on in, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. More shots here.
Because this is how we deal with that Cowboys therapy.
I think we just like shots, too.
All right, let's just
All right, cheers.
Cheers, family.
For shooting your shot out there. If you haven't already, do it. If you have, good. And these are just tasty.
Can I just, gas up these shot glasses real quick? How cute are these?
They're so cute. Hold it in front of the camera there. There you go.
They're little squares. I love them. Anyway, that's the home goods girly in me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, unless we make some sort of a move, I'm not comfortable. I'm not excited. We're about to be on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers, and I'm like – I'm going to go to bed at 8 o'clock, guys.
But what is your level of, on a scale of 1 to 10, we would even entertain making a move?
It should be a 10.
Not what should be. What's your gut say?
If I'm Jerry Jones. Hold on. Well.
Okay, hang on. Let me zoom in.
Oh, she's going to go for her Jerry Jones impersonation.
Well, I really like the personnel we have. We got some really good football players. I'm confident that we will pull out some wins. I don't think we need to make any moves. I think right now my panic meter is at about a 3. Dak and CD showed some good stuff this past week. I'm confident that them and Coach McCarthy can get the job done. Well, that's all I got for you.
And if I had to play his inner voice is like. Well, you see, I just paid Dak and I paid CD, and we got the draft coming up here. And, I see that Travis Hunter CB out there, too. And I see Dylan Gabriel. I see I see Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. I see rookies I don't have to pay for a while. So, Shador Sanders, if Dak goes down, who's behind him? And maybe it's Shador, so. Let's save some pennies here, That's what we did. Go Arkansas, even though I rose the trophy up for A&M the other day. I don't care. I got on camera.
Okay, so I have to go and edit these clips, post them, and we have to have you guys vote on which Jerry Jones you like better. That was a first for me. I've never done that one before.
An impression of whale.
Whale.
But I think we both know the answer, though. It just feels a likelihood. You have already been on the phone after Ravens. I would be on the phone already this week losing Tank and that. There's just nothing. So what? Why? Because with the cap, you do have money left over, which is why we're entertaining the Mari trade or Mari,
Because, Charlie Van, at the end of the day, this is a business. And wins and losses don't translate to profits. Revenue translates to profits.
But if people start fading out.
But they're not. Charlie, they're not. You say it all the time. You have been a Cowboys fan for the better part of the last 30 years. You and me both. Not done yet. Have we stopped? Have we stopped buying merchandise? Have we stopped going to games? Have we stopped watching games on TV? We're not doing any of that. And neither is the rest of Cowboys Nation. We're a bunch of sick fucks who like being mentally tortured.
Well, there's other worse franchises that have had that a lot longer.
My mom is going to be really upset with this episode.
Can I tell you something, though? I think you're right. We've talked about this. However, as someone who goes to the games every game, especially since AT&T, 16 years, I'm seeing a lot of sections that have been season ticket holders that are changing to the other team's jersey. That is a little concerning. Now, is it going to be a complete fallout? No, not yet, but that just tells you.
You know, I really want to deep dive that, actually. I want to see if we can, get some numbers from SeatGeek or Ticketmaster. I know they publish these somewhere. I will find them, because if it's numbers, I'm going to find you.
Yeah, no, let's find it. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, seriously.
Now,
if you know, I've got buddies that work at SeatGeek, thank God, so I can hit them up. But I really am curious to know what percentage of the stadium, and how it is evolving over time, is for the visiting team over the home team. Because if you're saying the truth, then that is a problem.
And I'm not speaking controversy. Just come to the games. We've talked about how loud it is.
Don't encourage these people to go to those games.
No. I'm just saying. Well, no, I'm not saying anything. Anybody who isn't reporting there, when you're back-to-back home games, it is loud when we're playing on offense. That's a problem. That is a problem. And look, we'll know on Detroit, October 13th. Now, there are a lot of Lions fans. There are a lot of Michiganders.
Yeah.
But if it is equally as loud on our offense against us, that's a problem. That means people are at least I'm not saying they're giving up all their season, but they're selling them. They're selling. They don't want to be there. They're not bought in after, where we're at now. And that is a problem. And
okay. So this is my takeaway. This is my follow-up assignment for next week. I am going to contact my buddies at SeatGeek and see if they can give me those numbers. SeatGeek is the official ticket provider for the Dallas Cowboys. Am I correct here? Because they also sell resale.
Yes. I love SeatGeek, by the way. I use it all the time. Hit us! Give
us a promo code.
Yes, we will. I go to all my concerts through SeatGeek.
But yeah, let me talk to my friends at SeatGeek, see what they say, or if they publish those numbers online, I will find them. Speaking of things I find, given the position I have in life, as I did last week, I used our social listening tool at work to get a sense of how Cowboys Nation is feeling on Twitter/X. So I got some quick bullet points this time instead of actual tweets, because it was kind of all up in the air. Given the fact that we won, people weren't as complainy as I thought they would be. So I looked at the top reposted tweets, put them in AI, and they wrote summaries for me, because that is how I roll.
There you go.
Anyway, the top discussion piece was about the refs. Specifically, Clay Martin, who was the head referee in the game. Cowboys are they have not lost with him at the head ref position. 4-0 going to the game, now 5-0. But there were a lot of bad calls in this game. My head goes to the invisible face mask in the first quarter, and I felt like it was downhill from there. I believe there were 34 total penalties called.
That's a lot of penalties.
Poor Steven. Every time the flag was thrown, I would grab his arm. I'm talking indent, because I was so frustrated. Who's allowed to throw that much laundry? I think Al Michaels made a joke being they got to dry clean those flags at halftime.
As my dad says, the National Flag League. I mean, that's how it is. It's flags everywhere. Flag football. They're just throwing it. Well, that was the Cowboys Raiders. Both had 14, on that Thanksgiving a couple years ago, or 2021, 14 penalties each. That's ridiculous.
Did you feel like those penalties were warranted for both sides?
No, I mean, I think half of them that were called, I'm this is ridiculous. And it just kills the game. I mean, basketball may be the closest second where you get kind of ridiculous on penalties.
The 2-minute report.
Yeah.
I hate that
But
shit.
hockey and all that, you don't see it. And it just ruins the game. Let them play. Stop being ticky-tacky. That's what it is. They breathe, and it's first of all, if you're one of those that believes it should be scripted, or it is scripted, not between the Cowboys and Giants.
Oh, that was a point on here.
Not between the Cowboys and Giants. Who cares?
There was a lot of people that said this game was fixed for the Cowboys to win. What do you say to that?
I believe it.
You believe it. Tanner believes it. Tanner believes in the script.
Jerry Jones is in the room. It's like Vince McMahon.
Did you?
But would you have that? But if it's scripted, would they have that many penalties, though? It would be a bigger win. It would be smash the Giants.
I mean, that first touchdown was a gift.
Well, yeah, you always have to have a gift first. We like gifts. You open it, then you get excited, and, you know.
Anyway, other topics that came up on Twitter for that day, injuries to DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. DeMarcus Lawrence is a Liz Frank, out 6 to 8 weeks. If I'm the Cowboys, you ain't playing again unless we are riding high. Micah Parsons, high ankle sprain. They're trying to get him to play on Sunday.
Yeah,
no!
That's not going to happen.
No!
That's not going to happen. Maybe by Lions, but I think just let him let him sit till the Niners.
He is so young. Do not ruin this man's career.
Niners. That's where we need him the most. And, yes, you know what's crazy about we'll get in the Steelers here in a second. It's like I feel the next two coming games, like I'm not excited about defensively, but I wouldn't rush Michael Parsons back for those games.
Last point from the Twitterverse, Dak Prescott going undefeated against the Giants in his career. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's great when you own a team, right? There's just something about the Giants with him that he has an edge over. Ever since that his debut loss against the Giants at home in 2016, he has never looked back, and he has owned them. He's adapted. He's controlled. He to the Giants are like Aaron Rodgers, Packers. He just owns that team.
Aaron Rodgers Packers or Aaron Rodgers owning
when he was
the
with
Bears
the Bears
specifically.
Yeah,
he
okay.
owned the Bears.
That's better because we did beat Aaron Rodgers his rookie season.
Yes.
So, yeah,
but
okay,
that
the
was
Bears.
the stat. That was the stat. When Aaron Rodgers played for the Packers, he owned the Bears. He never lost to the Bears.
Yeah.
Somebody fact check me, but I believe that is the correct thing.
He never had one loss?
I don't think so.
Because Dak lost his debut when Terrence Williams stepped out.
Oh,
yeah. Had to bring back that.
I hope that man is well. Anyway, you ready to bury week 4? And
Let's do it.
Week 5?
We'll bury it. Or we'll do the whatever this. Is that a shovel?
I don't know.
Cue the Undertaker. We should have like
anyway.
WWE
sorry,
might get us.
Anyway, week 5. We are playing Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. Game kicks off at 7:20. Following what you saw against the Giants, how can the Cowboys muster up a win in the city of Pittsburgh?
Man, and part of your takeaways, or the things they need to do is you need to stop the run, and they don't have. I don't know where the answer is to that.
So on the plus side, Najee Harris isn't the god running back we all thought he was.
But he might
in the
be
league.
against this defense.
He might be, and his backup Jalen Warren is actually injured. I do not know if he's on top to play Sunday, but he did not play last week. And I think Jalen Warren honestly is the better one out of the two.
But Fields can move.
Fields can move and shake.
And
given how we performed against Lamar,
and you're missing your tank. And you're missing your pass rush. Mozzie Smith, who did have a better game. I will say he had a lot better game on Thursday. He has to have a hell of a game Saturday.
You know who I
Sunday.
have at number 3 in my Cowboys MVP rankings?
Yeah.
Rashawn.
Oh, yeah.
That man fucking flies. He is everywhere. And that is the key to stopping the run.
And it's great because in addition, he's having his rookie season because he didn't get to have a rookie season. So the fact that to come from an ACL injury like that, he gives a lot of hope because he's able to – it's almost like he doesn't have an ACL injury.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that he's able to strengthen that linebacker core because that's one of our weakest spots. I know we have Eric Hendricks, and I love the man, but he's also my age.
Yeah.
I am old as fuck.
He's
Thank
younger
you,
than me, and I'm old. Yeah.
And if we factor in my knee surgery, I'm like 80. So like.
You know who also we need to have also a big day from Usa. He needs to have a big day. And Malik hasn't shown me a whole lot. He needs to have a big day. We need our safeties to the
Number
pressure.
4 on my Cowboys MVP list, Donovan Wilson.
Yeah.
Still hits harder than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And doesn't know when to stop. I am such a fan of Donovan Wilson.
Actually, one guy that I think has been pouring, I don't think he's been lights out.
Did you say pouring it on?
Yeah, pouring it on. And we need a big game for him. He'll let you know if things are not good. But I think coming back from his injury situation, I think Jordan Lewis has been doing all right enough.
I agree.
For what he can do. Unfortunately for him, he's having to take up the slack because it's why we have no CB2. And we're down to still, I don't know about Kalen Carson's, but down to Booth. That's an exposure, and Diggs is still not Diggs.
All right, here's what I'm going to say for our viewers at home. It is Monday. Follow us on Instagram. I will literally post all of the injury updates as soon as we get them. But in the meantime, knowing what we know, just trying to move us along here, how do you see this game shaking out?
Man, I love being the positive person. I just think it's.
And then before you answer,
okay.
Pittsburgh's favored by 2.5, so it's a very close game.
I agree with that, especially without Tank and Micah. I'm not too worried about the offense as much. I think don't get me wrong, they have a lot of good defenders, but just defense, they can run it. I know Najee isn't, but even halfway and Justin, and then picking we don't have CBs. Diggs is just he's not there. We're clearly missing Bland here. This is why I made the thing about keeping Gilmore. You're saying what? But believe me, we need him on that second.
We're not spicy enough without Bland.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit.
He didn't yell at me for that one.
Drink, though. Drink.
I'm trying to figure out if Aaron Rodgers lost to the Bears.
So, yeah, I say that especially in Hines there in Pittsburgh, I think the Steelers cover.
Yeah, I just given what I watched yesterday, they took a pretty tough loss to Indianapolis. They were down early and they came back, but it wasn't enough. They did not get the win. Indy did win the game. But just knowing our holes on defense, and I'm worried about offense because they have a really good defense. I have them in fantasy. This is why I know. I agree with you. I think Pittsburgh will cover.
Yeah.
I think this is a loss we're going to have to take. If we win, will I be excited? Yeah, I'll do something stupid. I'll do 2 shots next week if we win. How about that?
Boom! Put that on record. And I get to choose the shot.
No, you're going to make me do Malort.
All right. Well, I didn't have an idea. You just put it in my head.
I don't trust you. You're a bad friend. Anyway, no, but seriously, I will do 2 shots. I will do 2 shots
there you go.
If we win on Monday's episode next week.
If we win.
If we win.
Okay.
If we pull off the upset, I will do 2 shots.
I won't give you
next week.
Malort if we win. That's not fair.
Okay, well, we'll get there later. Is that a reverse shot take? Did I just throw down a reverse shot take?
Yeah.
Uno reverse style? Do I need to do a shot take?
I mean, yes, you do. Okay, if we win, if that's wants you to be your shot take, and you're doubling up.
Do you want to do one more beer before we get out of here?
Yeah, we'll do one more. One more. Oh, by the way, we didn't say we were drinking blood and honey. Yeah. In the beginning, we always say.
We just said it was a draft beer. It's
yes.
Blood and honey because Revolver is our favorite.
So
one of the many favorites.
Okay, is that your shot take?
But it's a reverse shot take.
Yes.
Does that count?
I think so. We make it happen. New things happen.
Producer Tanner, are we okay with that being my reverse shot take instead of a regular shot take?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're doubling up, too.
Yeah, I'm doubling down. Ooh, a double down shot take. Oh, this is new and exciting.
Should I do one, too?
If
just
you
to
want
be
to.
exciting? Yes.
I mean,
because
mine's not
need them.
Mine's not specific. It's just.
Okay, how about this? I ain't doing anything on defense, but I will go offense. I will say there will be 1 touchdown. That touchdown will be Turpin, but most of everything's going to come from our kicker, Automatic Aubrey.
All right. So you're saying 1 touchdown by Kevontae Turpin, and everything else is scored by Big Money.
Yep.
Brandon.
Yep.
Automatic Aubrey.
Automatic Aubrey.
The engineer.
The engineer.
Okay.
I think that's a fair.
All right, Producer Tanner, you got a shot take for next Sunday?
70-yard field goal.
You keep saying that, and I love it.
Are you going to do 2 shots over here, Tanner?
If he does a 70-yard field goal, I would do 2 shots.
2
Heck
shots
yes.
for a 70-yard field goal.
There
Here we go.
We sound like auctioners. Give me 2 shots. Give me 2 rumpa, man.
He's getting specific.
Yeah, well, that's his shot of choice over there. And then how about this? We get to choose each other's shots.
Okay, you're on.
Let's go. We ain't leaving wherever we're going to be at.
Yeah, you put it in the calendar. I don't remember where we are.
We're at actually Birdie's. East
Birdie's
side.
next week. That's where we
Monday night. Excited.
Let's go.
Have not been there. Excited. Thank you, Birdies, for having us
You
out
want to know a
next
fun
week.
fact about Birdies?
Uh-huh.
Head chef is Indian.
Nice.
Yeah. He's. I saw him work in the room the last time I went. I had a really great experience. I did brunch there. Jeremy from Harwood Tavern was working the bar, so I had a friend, and my friend.
I'll let
me,
Jeremy, he's a Niners fan, let him pick the shots.
That day. Jeremy's really fun, so I hope he's working when we're there.
He might make extra just being a Niners
Knowing
fan.
us, Jeremy's going to be at Harwood Tavern Monday, because he was last time.
But we're excited to be over there. So, okay, I like these shots.
I'm all about the double down.
All
Anyway.
right.
All right, cool. So we're aligned. We got Pittsburgh with the win with our shot takes. I'm saying if the Cowboys pull out the win, I will do a double shot. If Kevontae Turpin has a touchdown, he will do a double shot. And if Brandon automatic Aubrey, hits a 70-yard field goal, Tanner will be doing a double shot.
Aaron Rodgers faced the Bears 27 times as a Packer.
Yes.
And
Aaron Rodgers faced the Bears 27 times as a Packer.
22 and 5.
22-5. Okay, so at one point he was undefeated, which is stupid for me to say, but yeah.
It's still pretty good, though. That's not easy because teams get better. Some don't. But,
All right, well,
that's
I
you
tried.
play long enough.
I was trying to boost the stat you gave. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I will
Well,
keep my mouth shut
it's
next
still
time.
good.
Come on in.
We got some more beer. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Appreciate it. But
Again,
yeah, Rayya.
loving
well,
Alamo
it's,
Club
it's
here.
not a bad. It's hey, it's still good. I mean, when you beat a team 22-5, like as far as your stats, that's pretty, I think you own them.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to see you Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays. So good job, Dak, by the way, for that
Yep.
with the Giants.
Okay, so week 5 versus Steelers wrapped up. Let's talk about the NFL as a whole, and I'm going to make this pretty speedy. We've had a quarter of the season go by outside of the 2 Monday night games. Looks like Miami is now on the board. I can't see the numbers because I'm blind. There's a TV over there, and it just went to commercial
Well,
break.
you know
but it
what?
looks like they just kicked a field goal.
We do have a thing called a phone.
Oh, you have your phone. Good job.
Oh, I always got my phone.
Let's see. Tanner, you look up the Detroit game. Charlie, you look up the Miami game.
All right.
Ba-ba-ba.
Titans up 6-3.
6-3. So I
4
was
minutes
right.
and 13
Miami
seconds in the
just
second.
got on the board with a field goal.
Seattle Lions 0-0. 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first.
Wow, he smoked you, Tanner.
He sure did.
He smoked you.
I'm like Jamie on Joe Rogan. What's that clip?
Good job.
That's called used to being in radio, like production room, and like, hey Charlie, get us that clip real quick.
Titans 6, Dolphins 3.
So
Yes, we got there.
Oh, good.
you're on the delay, Tanner. Sorry.
You're
My
like me
old,
when I
my
text
old
Charlie.
radio intern production where they needed something that.
Okay,
that got
okay.
me.
So refocus. Okay, so outside of these Monday night football games, the season is a quarter of the way done, give or take. And we talked about this earlier. that you have a
You said
hard
quarter. That's a pun.
It's not a pun. It's a number.
But a quarter's still like quarters.
I'm a math person. This is how I talk. Doesn't count. Anyway.
Quarter panda.
That sounds so good right now.
Actually, that's a good drinking thing. Quarter pounder. That can mean.
Okay. Anyway, this man and his tangents. Quarter of the season has been completed. We talked about it earlier in the show. It's hard to say who the contenders are outside of Kansas City. But, Charlie, I am tasking us with some power rankings. Let's pick the top 5 teams in the league right now. And I think we can both agree Kansas City's a unanimous number 1.
They're number 1. I think Vikings are number 2 right now.
You got Vikings at number 2.
Until
Okay.
I see otherwise. I mean, what they did with the Texans. I mean, Kevin O'Connell is, I think, the Kyle Shanahan of the North.
Ooh.
I do. I mean, the way he built his system. I mean, we didn't know what Sam Darnold would look like, and obviously, he's bounced around and that. But, I mean, he makes Sam Darnold look like the number 2 quarterback right now, just the way that offense. And are they still missing Jordan Addison?
No, he played last night.
Okay. But still, like a guy who everyone was on the outs, was a backup. I mean, he looks like he's definitely the best quarterback right now in the NFC. Though, as of right now, based on what this team's doing, and there's still more football to go, but I think the Vikings.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you saw it when they beat San Francisco.
Yeah.
Even yesterday's game, I forgot who they played, but I watched it, and it was a lot of things happening at once. But they looked good. Who did they play yesterday? Do you know?
Let me see, but they're
I'm blanking.
They are 4-0.
I know they are 4-0. The other undefeated team in the league right now is Seattle, who is currently playing Detroit. And this is a great matchup, by the way. Seattle and Detroit, great game. When you think about the weapons that Seattle has, they beat the Packers. Oh, that's right. Jordan Love came from behind. So Minnesota got up early and often. Jordan Love made it a game in that fourth quarter, and Minnesota was able to hang on. Got it.
You know,
which is also impressive in and of itself, by the way.
Can I tell you who's like right there?
Okay, wait. So we're saying Kansas City, Minnesota, and
shake and bake. Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
They look good.
Can I tell y'all a funny story about Baker Mayfield, real quick? So a couple weekends ago, I was with my guy friends. One of my guy friends is a gay man. One of my guy friends is a straight man. And we made a list of hot quarterbacks, and we ranked all the starting quarterbacks, 1 to 32 on hotness. And then one of my other guy friends looked at my list and said, okay, but did you factor in big dick energy? And I said, no, because if I did, Baker Mayfield is at the top of that list.
Should this be a segment?
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. Baker Mayfield is a whole different breed of man.
In Tampa.
In Tampa, yeah. Specifically in Tampa. I agree with you. I think this is the best fit for his career. He's playing the best football, and he's so unapologetic, which he's always been, but I feel like he's got some extra mustard here.
Well, he's always had swag. He's always had high confidence anywhere he's gone. I mean, he got the Browns a huge win in, like, so long, right? But now he's getting older, like, in a good way. He's mature. He's sharp. And I just think being there with Mike Evans and all that,
I was going to say, Todd Bowles is a great coach.
Yeah, he is.
That offense is loaded. Like you said, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irvin.
Yeah.
Like,
who the Cowboys should have got.
Anyway, I agree with you. I really like what Tampa's doing.
Yeah. And
we were talking mad shit about the NFC South. And look at this. Atlanta's playing well. New Orleans is playing well. Tampa's playing well. And now that Carolina's playing Andy Dalton, they look better too. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, no. I think, obviously teams elevate. They get better. They have good drafts. I think, with New Orleans bringing Clint Kubiak in. But just what Baker's able to do, and he's having fun. When he has fun, that's when he has the most success. And this Tampa team is dangerous. What they did to the Eagles yesterday, huge.
Oh, let me tell you.
Which we like.
Dick's out
cheers
for
to that. Can we cheers to that?
Dick's out for Baker Mayfield, honestly, because seeing Philly take an L like that made my whole Sunday. And I'm really sorry because I was with my girlfriend Jenna, who's a big-time Eagles fan, and I just it took everything in me for
and we got to play them in December.
But she was also my bartender, so I had to be nice.
Yes. No, yeah. I mean, Tampa, I think, has got to be right there.
I can roll with that. I can definitely roll with that. I really like that team. And we've always said Tampa's had a great defense.
Yeah. No, they have. They need it and
Charlie Van.
Yeah.
Do they play good complimentary football?
You said it.
Am I talking dirty to Charlie Van right now?
She won it. Yeah. She's like, hey, Charlie, tell me about that complimentary package.
Ooh, the complimentary football.
She just wanted a drink. No, they are. I mean, I would put Seattle up there, but I think the Tampa is the most pulled away outside of Vikings.
I think we'll have a better idea about Seattle
here
after tonight.
Yeah.
Which is a total fair argument. So to recap. Kansas City, Minnesota Vikings, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
2 more spots to fill, Charlie Van. What are we thinking?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I'm
going to throw out a crazy one here.
Steelers? No.
The Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair right now.
I really like what Jaden Daniels is doing. Although they're kind of RG3ing him, which makes me very nervous.
Yeah.
But that defense has played really well. Scary Terry has been revived to be scary again. We were nervous when they traded away Doxson on that team.
Yeah.
We said, they're just going to rebuild and chill the fuck out. No, they came to fucking play. I am really impressed what Dan Quinn has done in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, a resurgence for him, right? You know, I think as his Cowboys fans thought maybe he would be the guy that, like, retake this over. But I think Cliff Kingsbury, that's why they're winning.
Cliff Kingsbury? Shitty head coach. Sexy man. Shitty head coach.
Is that
Great
number one?
offensive
Point
coordinator.
first, and then shitty man. Or shitty coach.
I didn't say he was a shitty man.
No, I meant shitty coach. Shitty coach.
Shitty head coach.
Head coach.
Shitty
but great
head
coordinator.
Coach, great offensive
Hey,
coordinator.
Wade Phillips was a great defensive
And
coordinator.
sexy man.
But you know what? That's what, not the sexiness, that's what the Cowboys are missing.
Why won't you ever indulge me? He looks like Ryan Gosling.
I have shots and drinks with you every week. I think I've indulged.
Tanner, I need help.
I listened to yours. Here's the thing.
I said he was a good coach
Okay,
before I said he was a sexy man.
Here's the
I
thing.
feel like I get credit for that.
You said he was a bad coach.
I said bad head coach. I would say bad head coach, good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sexy man.
That's fine. Either way.
All accurate.
Thank you.
But-
that's all I need. That's all the validation I ever need from you.
But that's
You don't
what,
have to run every time I call someone hot. Chill out.
I'm not running. It's just how we it's how we run. Yes, it is.
Talk about how Mike McDaniel is so hot.
I know.
He looks like he's going to run a mob. Is that him on
I
TV
love
right
you,
now?
Mike McDaniel.
They literally just panned to him on Monday Night
He is
Football.
my spirit. He is my spirit person. Actually, we're probably the same person.
You guys are the same.
We are the same.
Wait, is that your Halloween costume this year?
It's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
It should be. I have a whole bunch of Miami stuff you can wear.
But no, what he has done to that elevate that.
Hashtag we're doing a Halloween football episode.
Well, are we going to do it on Halloween? It's a Thursday, or are we do it a Monday?
No, we'll do it Halloween week because I don't want to mess up the cadence of our show.
Okay.
But I think that's a good idea. Halloween week.
I don't want to mess up the cadence of our show.
Again, analytical person. I can't help it. But I think that Monday, that Halloween Monday, we dress up as NFL something.
All right.
Does that mean I'm allowed to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader for a day?
I just come as Rowdy.
No, I'm scared of Rowdy.
It'll be our highest rated show
Yes.
if you come dressed.
Higher than Beer Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Show the ladies right off.
I'll just dye my
I
hair
have most
red.
of the outfit, but anyway.
No, I'm down. No, we're going to definitely do a Halloween week episode. We'll see how scary the Cowboys look going into that episode. But because they play the Niners. But no, I love what Cliff. That's what we need, Rayya. I just said with Clint Kubiak, all these
Excuse me.
coordinators.
Time out.
I'm not saying hotness.
Time out. How many times have I said we need a hot young coach?
You didn't hear me say we need a hot. We need that kind of mind.
But it's Cliff Kingsbury, who we all know is hot. He said, that's what we need. I said, yeah, a young hot coach who knows what he's doing.
How about Bobby Slowick? I don't know if he's hot or not, but he'd be a good head coach.
Oh,
Ben
I love a good
Johnson?
daddy.
I know who she wants. What's his name? Carolina's head coach.
Dave Canales.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, stop.
Here's
stop.
one.
Bite your tongue. They were garbage with Bryce Young at quarterback, but with Andy Dalton at
The
quarterback,
Red Rifle.
they are putting up numbers.
By the way, for his age, 34, 35.
Look.
If you give me 4 games, I might be.
Yes.
Okay.
Game is a fluke.
Fine.
How about-
Fine.
here's one.
It's 2 games, by the way. 2 games.
How do you feel about
so
this
we got
guy?
2 more to go.
Lincoln Riley next year.
I've always wanted Lincoln Riley.
There we go. He should be the HC, though. I think he could do it.
Slinging that Lincoln Law.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
No, we're not. It's all,
We have one
it's
more
all on the
team.
hot list. That's
We
what
have-
we call it.
Drink.
We're at 58 minutes.
Okay.
I'm trying to get us the 5th team on this power
We're
rankings.
giving you hot takes.
Okay?
And that doesn't mean it's all
to
football.
recap, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Washington Commanders,
Washington.
5th team Charlie Van, 5th team UC as a contender right now.
I'm not out on the Texans yet. I think the Texans
Okay,
are
that
in
was
there.
a really good pick.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though they took a loss last week against
Yeah, but they won
Jacksonville.
yesterday.
Oh, they did win.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, who did they lose to again?
They lost to Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay, that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
that's not a bad loss.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I was comfortable with
Yeah,
Texans
I'm not
from the
out
jump.
because they're
but,
going
like,
to win the South. I mean, unless there's something crazy happens.
I agree. Really love what they're doing on offense. Nico Collins looked incredible yesterday. Big fan of his.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, y'all know I'm a big fan of his.
She digs it.
Oh, I dig it all day, all night. He's the hotter of the Diggs bros.
Yo,
Let's be
dig it.
real. I've had a crush on Stephon Diggs since he was in Minnesota. So, like, this isn't new. Yeah, I fully agree with you. The Houston Texans under D'Amico Ryans are a great team. They're a contender.
Anytime it's Dig, you got to do the Rayya.
Open that
into
ass. Anyway.
A back pocket?
I don't know what it is, but this is my thing now. Yeah, I fully agree with you. I think Houston is the perfect team to round out this top 5. I see them doing really great things. I know they're going to have to play a couple contenders along the way, but I think at this point, I'm comfortable with this top 5 we just came up with.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I mean, we'll see what happens, but right now they've been the most consistent, which makes this season very interesting. But, yeah, I like it.
Very good.
I like it a lot.
So like I said, we're approaching an hour because Tanner's yelling at us.
Yeah, I know.
And it's totally fine. Let me just say this. Couple great games in the works for next week. I'm old. I had to zoom in. Anyway, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Lightning round. Go.
Baltimore. Cincinnati's broken.
Cincinnati did beat Carolina. Do you think they got any mojo back? Jamar Chase looked really good.
You just talked about they beat Carolina. This is the Ravens, and they run.
I have to ask the questions. Okay, yeah, I'm on Baltimore too. Who am I kidding? Buffalo and Houston. Buffalo taking the big L to Baltimore last night. Houston in our top 5.
Where's
Do they
it at?
continue? They are playing in Houston at NRG Stadium.
You know what? I say as Buffalo bounce back.
Buffalo bounce back. I'm
You
going to go
want
with
James Cook.
H-Town and down
Let's
because
go.
that's where I grew up. Anyway, rolling with the Texans. New Orleans and Kansas City. Last one, Monday Night Football.
Kansas City.
Kansas City over New Orleans?
Yeah.
You'll take the upset.
They need a center.
Real quick, Kansas City favored by 5 points.
Yeah.
They are without their running back. Carson Steele was absolute shit
They got Taylor
last
Swift.
week.
It's going to be the first game that they lose with Taylor Swift in the building.
She hasn't been at the games. She hasn't been at the last 2 games.
She's there in spirit on all their iPhones.
So, look, I look at this game real quick. I watched a lot of the Kansas City LA Chargers game. Chargers had them on the ropes. This was a game Kansas City struggled with. And Kansas City's barely been eking out wins. I'm going to go with Tanner. I'm going to go upset. Upset.
Right. 3 shots for everybody.
All right. Is that our show? Anything else you want to add, Charlie Van?
Just real quick, UFC 307 is in Utah. Usman Bilal, the last time, a huge upset. Will Khalil Roundtree shocked the world and defeat Alex Pereira.
Oh, let's pick it. Alex. I'm all in on Alex.
Alex, I like Khalil's power, but Alex is just a different level if you stand with him. Juliana Pena versus champion Raquel Pennington.
Juliana.
Juliana. I got Juliana. And they fought on, well, I don't know if they fought, but they were on the same season with Ronda Rousey and Misha Tate.
Okay, follow us at pouringtakes.com. If we end up doing a UFC watch party, that is where you're going to find out about it. I know we're definitely doing one for the Abu Dhabi fight for 308.
Yes.
This one's still up in the air, working with our contacts. But follow us on our social media, pouring.takes, if you want to come watch a fight with us. Last time was a lot of fun.
Yes.
So yes, and pouringtakes.com is our website. Links you to all of our channels, but I'm specifically saying Instagram.
And thank you, Alamo Club, having us out. Catch us next time.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.